Namaskar. We know that recently government has issued guideline to keep the mild symptomatics, those who are positive for COVID-19, at their own houses, and this is known as the home isolation mechanism. This is meant for the persons, those who are COVID positive but have got mild symptoms only. Another thing, the criteria should be fulfilled which are required for keeping a person in home isolation. The person should have sufficient space in the room, and there should be facility for a single room for him, preferably with attached toilet system, because the person will not be allowed to use the toilets or the bathrooms shared by others. Now we will discuss regarding the do's and don'ts and what better the person under home isolation should follow so that he can cure himself easily and the spread of the disease will be checked at his level only. Number one point is he should always use a triple layer mask covering nose and mouth completely. This nose and mouth covering is very important because the aim of using a mask is to prevent the spread of the virus from outside into the person or from the person to outside through nose or mouth. That's why we are wearing mask. So this should always cover perfectly the nose and the mouth. We should not drag it down at any moment, excepting while we are taking food or we are taking bath, etc. The mask should be changed every 6 to 8 hours or immediately if it is soiled or wet. This should be taken care of. There is a definite method of disposing the mask. We cannot throw it here and there because that is a contaminated thing. After discarding the mask, we should dip it in 1% hypochlorite solution so that the organisms attached to this mask will be killed. Thereafter, we should put it in a specified bin with lid, dustbin with lid. Number third point is the patient should stay in a separate room. I have already told, away from other members of the family, because he has already been diagnosed as COVID positive, and other members of family, those who are not diagnosed as COVID positive, they should remain apart. This should be taken special care, especially in case of elderly, pregnant women, person suffering from high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney disease, heart disease, or cancer patients under treatment, etc. Those who are more vulnerable to get the infection. The patient should preferably use a separate toilet. I have already told. The items used by the patient should not be used by anyone else in the family. Similarly, the patient should not also use the items belonging to other members of the family or used by the other members of the family. The fourth important point is the patient should take plenty of water and adequate rest. This is very essential because in many cases we have found that the person is developing dehydration. For that, we should take plenty of water and other forms of fluid also, which are allowed under the treatment or guidance, and he should also take adequate rest. During coughing and sneezing, the patient should cover his or her face with a cloth, tissue, handkerchief, or do so into the flexed elbow. Many people are asking questions, when we are using a mask, is it necessary to cover the face? Yes, it is necessary, because even though we wear the mask while coughing or sneezing, because of the high speed at which the air is expelled from the nose or the mouth, that is enough to expel the viruses with it. So at that time, it is better to cover the mouth with a piece of cloth or a tissue paper, or even if nothing is available, with the flexed elbow, so that we can prevent the release of virus to the air to a very good extent. The sixth important point is the patient should not spit anywhere other than in a dedicated spittoon or in a uh, basin. If we are using a spittoon, then spittoon should contain some amount of 1% sodium hypochlorite or calcium hypochlorite solution, otherwise known as the bleaching solution, and into that the patient should spit so that the organisms die. Or if we spit in a wash basin which is available there, if there is an attached toilet, then that should be washed immediately. The patient frequently should wash his or her hand in soap and running water. Water should be running preferably. We should not dip our hands in the buckets of waters. We should use always running water running from the tap. Or if that is not available, we can just uh, put water or pour water from a mug and we can wash our hands. If sanitizer is available, we can use that sanitizer to clean our hand. When we are washing the hand with soap and water, the duration minimum needed is 40 to 60 seconds. And if you are using alcohol based sanitizer, then the minimum period required is 20 seconds. The next point is the commonly touched surfaces like tabletops, door handles, doorknobs, the taps, the bucket handles, the combs, etc. that we are using and touching frequently, that should be mopped with a piece of cloth dipped in uh, sodium hypochlorite solution 1% or calcium hypochlorite solution 1%. Next important point is the patient or the caregiver should be in regular contact with the treating physician because he has already been diagnosed as COVID positive. He should be in link or liaison with the nearest health facility or can have contact with 104 toll-free number and advice necessary will be given to him. And he should inform regarding the status of his health condition on a daily basis. The next point is the patient and the caregiver should monitor his temperature and other health related parameters which are important for this COVID-19 like blood pressure, etc. If it is possible, if a trained caregiver is attached to him, he can measure the blood pressure. Otherwise, at least the temperature should be monitored and any symptom appearing afresh like flu-like symptoms or headache, myalgia, body ache, or any fatigue, etc. Anything appearing for the first time during that period, it should be informed to the health authority or to 104. If the patient is already on some medicines for any disease previously, suppose somebody is having diabetes and he is taking diabetes medicine, somebody is having some other disease and taking a continuous treatment for that, he should consult the concerned doctor and as per his advice, he should continue that medicine. That should not be discontinued. So these are the few important points. If we follow it, even though we are remaining under home isolation, we can get cured very easily and the possibility of coming out with a fresh cheer is very much possible. So get well soon. That is the hope from our side as one of your well-wishers. We are with you. The health department is with you. The government of Odisha is with you. And we pray God that you should get cured soon.